Hello, good morning my dear students. Welcome to our Gyan Jyoti online classes. So in our yesterday class we had discussed about the economic presence of the government in what you can say in different sectors. Okay, so in yesterday class what we discussed about the economic presence of the government in agricultural sector, or you can say in what primary sector. Got it? And in today's class we will briefly discuss about the government efforts towards what industrial sector, service sector, in banking and finance sector, as well as in air transport, in railways, in ports and shipping, and in transport. Or you can say how this sector or these fields are played its role towards the economic development of the country. Okay, we will also know about how the industrial sector, how the service sector, banking, what all these sectors are give efforts towards the development of our nation. Got it? So let's start from the industries, or you can say the industrial sector. Okay, the industrial sector is classified into what? The secondary sector of Indian economy. You can say what? The manufacturing sector also. So in India, both what? Private occupied industries are also set up by the government and by the individuals, and the public sector industries are also established by the government. Means you can write here public sector industries and private sector industries. So public sector industries, what? Running by the government, and the private sector industry, what? Running by the individuals. But what? Both are played what? An important role to growth in Indian economy. Got it? So concentrated efforts at industrialization by the government, aiming at self-sufficiency in production and protection from foreign competition for nearly 4 decades since independence, have encouraged a broad industrial base both in the public and private sector. Economic reforms brought foreign competition, led to privatization of certain public sector firms, opened up sectors generally reserved for the public sector and the small scale sector, and led to an expansion in the production of durable consumer goods. So in India, both public sector industries and private sector industries are what? Established by individual as well as by the government. And also what? The small industries or cottage industries is also, you can say, played an important role for the growth of economic condition of a individual. Through the cottage industry, through public sector industries, through what? Private sector industries. Now we are able to make a competition with foreign industries, as well as what? We are growing our economic condition rapidly. Got it? After that, services. So services, what? You can say service sector as what? Tertiary sector. But what? Basically in service sector, what? We are discussing about the IT sector or information technology sector. Got it? So India has set up special economic zones and software parks that offer tax benefits and better infrastructure to set up business. Pictures here is the Tidal Park in Chennai, one of the largest software parks in India. Software parks mean you can say software town. Chennai, like Bangalore, okay. You can say Hyderabad, okay. Then these are the what software parks or software towns of India. Business services, okay. Communication services, financial services, hotel and restaurants, community services and trade services are among the fastest growing sectors, contributing to 1/3 of the total output of service in 2000. So what many of the population, okay, they are what involved in service sector. So you can say what the service sector is the most important dependable sector of what Indian people, okay, because many Indians, they are involved in service sector, in IT sector, in you can say communication service, in financial service, in hotel and restaurant service, in community service, in trade service, okay. So you can say what the service sector is one of the important sector or one is responsible for what growing economic condition of our nation, of our country, okay. The growth in the service sector is attributed to increased specialization, ability of a large population of highly educated and fluent English speaking workers on the supply side, and on the demand side, increased demand from domestic consumer resulting from growth in personal incomes and from foreign consumer interested in India's service exports or those looking to outsource their operations. India's IT industries, despite contributing significantly to its balance of payments, accounted for only about 1% of the total GDP or 1/50th of the total services. Okay, so through the analysis, okay, we came to know about that service sector what provided employment facilities to what most of the population of India. Many people, they are dependable upon what service sector, or they are what joined with different various service sector, and service sector is one of the important sector who is responsible for growing economic condition of our country India. Okay, after that banking. Okay, so banking sector you can say is divided mostly in two parts: organized and unorganized. Organized and what? Unorganized. In organized sector, what? The cooperative banks, okay, then banks like State Bank, okay, ICICI Bank, means these are the what? You can say these banks are regulated under the supervision of the government. So you can say what? These are the organized banking sector of our country. Unorganized sector means many, you can say many rich class people, okay, they are also what provided credit, you can say facilities to other people. Okay, like our friends, family members. Okay, so they are called the organized sector people. So what? Through the organized sector and unorganized sector, what nation try to help the people. Okay, and also the government what give the chance to the population. Okay, to what? To you can say to mix up with the mainstream of growing economy. Okay, to what? To provide that credit or loan facilities to the population. Okay, and help the population to grow their economic condition as well as grow the economic condition, economy you can say sector of our what? Motherland. Got it? After that, National Development Council. Okay, I am not writing here what National Development Council. That the National Development Council, or you can say NDC or Rashtriya Vikas Parishad, is the highest decision and policy making body with respect to planning. Okay, the council is presided over by the Prime Minister of India as its chairperson and has the chief minister of all the state and also the members of the what Niti Aayog as its members. So what you can say, the National Development Council what established to aiming of the what development to aiming for the development of nation. Okay, that's why what the National Development Council is the highest authority to what decision making in the every sector of Indian economy. Okay, and the Prime Minister is the head of what National Development Council, as well as what the Chief Minister of every state. Okay, they are also played an important role. They are also, you can say, members of the body of National Development Council. Okay, and also the member of Niti Aayog or Planning Commission. Okay, they are also, you can say, a advisory body in National Development Council. Okay, after that, what development of river valley projects. Okay, river valley projects to, you can say, to a friendly what water supply, you can say what or irrigation supply facility provided by the government through different type of river valley projects. Many dams are constructed by the government. Okay, through the government, through the, you can say, dams, what the government tried to what provided water facilities in every area. Okay, therefore what the farmer will take benefit through the river valley projects. Got it? Then move up to the what the sectors that air transport. Okay, some of the river valley projects are mentioned here, like Bhakra Nangal project, like Salal project in Jammu and Kashmir, the Damodar Valley Corporation Hirakud project is one of the example of river valley projects. Okay, the Nagarjuna Sagar project, Tungabhadra project, Indira Gandhi Canal. Okay, so these are the important what river valley project combined by what government to provide water facilities to the farmer of India. To, you can say, not only the farmer, to every people of India. Okay. After that, what the air transport. Air transport. That Air India, the government of India took over Tata Airlines with all its aircrafts, equipments, engineering facilities and personnel in 1953. These were placed under Air India Corporation. However, after privatization, a number of airlines are operating, which has resulted in far lower fares. The government intends to have at least what 500 operational airports by 2020. Existing airports too are getting updated to meet international standards. So, in the field of air transport, also government always give efforts towards the development air transport. Okay, the government, you can say, Air India is an Indian Airways, and also there is the facility of what private airlines also. Okay, that's why what government give the permission to the private airlines, and they are also actively what do their work in air sector of India. Got it? So many steps has been taken by the government in the air what transport, in the air field also or airways sector. Got it? After that, the railways. You can say railway is the biggest transport network of our country. Okay. The Indian Railway is the biggest national undertaking and highest revenue earner for the government of India. Okay. The highest revenue of India collected through the railways, collected through the railway transportation. Okay, it has running track length of 1,15,000 kilometers. The first railway in India ran between Bombay and Thane on 16th April 1853. Okay, remember this thing that the first you can say the first railway in India ran between Bombay and Thane on 16th April 1853. 16th April 1853. Okay, Bombay to Thane. The Vande Bharat Express is a semi-high-speed train that runs between Delhi and Varanasi. It operates at a speed of 180 km per hour and is one of the fastest train in India. Remember this train name Vande Bharat Express. Okay. The Indian Railway has several production that Chittaranjan Locomotive Works at Chittaranjan or West Bengal manufactures steam engines earlier and now it is manufactured electric engines. Okay, that in which part of India? Okay, in which regions? Okay. The electric engines as well as what the steam engines are manufactured. That in Chittaranjan Locomotive Works at Chittaranjan, okay, the industries or factories where what steam engines were manufactured earlier, but now what they manufacture what electric engines. Diesel Locomotive Works at Varanasi, UP manufacture diesel engines. Okay, Integral Coach Factory at what? Perambur, Chennai makes railway coaches. Then Rail Coach Factory at Kapurthala, Punjab makes passenger coaches. Okay. Integral Coach Factory at Perambur, Chennai makes railway coaches. Railway coaches means you can say the goods coaches, where the goods are carried by the coaches. Okay. And Railway Coach Factory at Kapurthala, Punjab makes passenger coaches where what? The people are sitting and travel safely. Wheel-and Axles plant at Yalanka, Bangalore. Okay. So these are the manufacture sector, or you can say these are the industries what involved in manufacture of different parts of what railway sector. Okay. Then the first rapid transit system in India was the Kolkata Metro, which started operations in 1984. The Delhi Metro was the third in 2002 after Chennai what mass rapid transit system. Currently, metro is operation in Kolkata, Chennai, Delhi NCR, Bangalore, Gurugram, Mumbai, Jaipur, Kochi, Hyderabad and Lucknow. As of March 2019, India has 639 km of operational metro lines. So, in railways field also government give efforts, government what makes many planning for the development of railway, because the government collected highest revenue from the railways or railway sector. Okay. So in what railway sector of India also the government of India what so is highest economic presence in railway sector. Okay. After that what ports and shipping. Okay, India has major ports at Mumbai for doing what? Import and export works, or you can say for maintaining of trading relations with other nations. Okay, India has major ports at Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai, Visakhapatnam, New Mangalore, what? Mormugao, Kochi, Kandla, Tuticorin, Paradip, and what? Navasava. Got it? These are the major seaports. The government has increased the capacity of Indian ports from 20 million tons of cargo in 1950 to 470 million tons at present. Okay, so and you can say what? Through the ports. Okay, what? The imports and exports work of India now it is what? It consists of what? 470 million tons. Okay, so you can say this is also one of the what? Major field who played an important role in the growing economic sector of India. Got it? Then what about road transport? That India has what? 5.90 million kilometer of road length. It is one of the largest road network in the world. The 10th plan proposed an authority of what? 24,000 crores for road construction and maintenance. Okay, like the railway network. Okay, India has also the road transport facility. Okay, and for you can say for development of the road transport, what? The government what? Applied, or the government what? Make a expenditure of what? 24,000 crores. Okay, for road construction and maintenance. In recent years, a number of revolutionary road construction projects have been started. Okay, the National Highway Development Project, or NHDP, it is engaged in developing and maintaining 58,112 kilometers of national highway. The Golden Quadrilateral what? Yes, Quadrilateral Highways project connecting 4 metro cities of Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai and Kolkata has been started under this project. Okay, so there are several types of roadways. Okay, about the what types of roadway we will discuss in our what next time. Okay, so North-South corridor connecting Srinagar to Kanyakumari, East-West corridor connecting what? Silchar to Porbandar. Border Roads Organization, or PRO, constructs road in international border areas. They facilitate rapid movement of our defense forces. Okay, so you can say what? In road transportations also what is one of the important sector for government for our development. Okay, that's why government always give importance, okay, to road sector, road transportation, to maintain what? Road transportation facilities, and also what? Many steps taken by the government for the development of road facilities in India. Okay, after that, the pharmaceutical industries and medicines. The pharmaceutical industries were given much importance after independence. Earlier Indians were mostly using indigenous medicine, while modern medicine were being imported from the Western countries. Okay, after you can say after the early year of independence, what? We brought medicines from abroad, from Western countries. Okay, the government established various pharmaceutical plants at various locations, or you can say medicine industries. Okay, The private sector has also contributed immensely in this field. Okay, what the government gave efforts towards in medical industries, as well as the private sector or the individuals are also involved in pharmaceutical sector. Several research institutes have been set up to boost scientific research in the production of medicines. The Control Drug Research Institutes had been set up at Lucknow. The Central Drug Research Institute had been set up at Lucknow, okay, to supervise the pharmaceutical sector. Got it? After that, one of the important you can say sector is health sector, as well. After that, the second number one is what? Education sector. Okay, education and health. So you can say the quality of the population. Okay, so we can't what you can say ignore or avoid this topic, that in health sector, okay, many hospitals or developed hospitals are also constructed by the government. Okay, and in hospitals, in as well as medical colleges are constructed or established by the government, okay, for the development of what? Health of the Indians. Okay, so the government of India as well as the state governments have established health center and hospital at every block, district and state headquarters. Important and big hospitals have been established in all important towns in India to provide better and modern health facilities, okay, and scientific research in the field of surgery and medicine. All India Institute of Medical Sciences, okay, these are under controls of All India Institute of Medical Sciences. Okay, so in the health sector, in the health field also, what? Government played the economic presence role, okay, and many you can say many plans are what? Regulated by Indian government, okay, you can say to provide what? Well and modern health facilities to every Indian people. Okay, then about banking. Okay, about banking means here we only discuss about organized and unorganized sector. Means how financial sector of India, okay, controls by the government. The Reserve Bank of India, with its headquarters at Mumbai, is the most important and central bank of the country. It issues all currency notes. Remember this thing, that the Reserve Bank of India, okay, issues all currency notes of the nation. The Reserve Bank acts as a banker to the government. Okay, the Reserve Bank acts as a banker what? To the government, or you can say the Reserve Bank of India provided economic facilities or financial support to the government in every work. Okay, then the government of India set up Life Insurance Corporation of India, okay, LIC, to provide life insurance services. Okay, it was done by nationalizing numerous private insurance companies operating in India. So, the Life Insurance Corporation of India, or LIC, is what? A government organization. Many private insurance companies, they are also provided insurance facilities to the people, and with the help of what? Government insurance policy, okay, or government insurance organization, and also what? The private insurance organization, okay, the people of India what? Are able to what? You can say able to what? Make promise, okay, able to make promise, or what? Able to take care of their health. Got it? So many many private insurance companies, they are also private what health insurance to the people, as well as to what through the government. LIC or Life Insurance Corporation of India is also work for the betterment, work for the health betterment of the what people. Okay, then about education. The government provides free and compulsory education to all children aged 6 to 14 years after the Right to Education Act or RTE became a law in 2009. Okay, as like what education sector developed by government. Okay, what health sector developed by what government. What education sector are also what developed by the government. Government always what give importance to the sectors of health and education, because by the health education we can find out the quality of the population of a what nation or of a country. Okay, so in education field, the government provide free and compulsory education to all children aged 6 to 14 years. After the Right to Education Act became a law in 2009, the government also comes up with national education policy every now. Okay, recently what the national education policy you can say are amended by the government. Okay, the government make some changes in education policy of India. Okay, for the development of education sector. Then every now and then, which outlines the plan to promote education among people who national education policy promote well education what amongst the people of India. The policy covers elementary education to colleges in both rural and urban India, or the policy what covers primary education to what in schools and colleges in both rural and urban India. The first what NPE or National Education Policy was presented in 1968. Okay, remember this, the year that first NPE or National Education Policy was presented in 1968 and the second in 1986. The government of India has appointed a new committee under K. Kasturi Rangan to prepare a draft for the new education policy in 2017. Okay, and in 2000 you can say 20 recently the new education policy was introduced by the committee. Okay. The government has also launched various schemes to improve education, like what? Samagra Shiksha, okay, Kasturba Gandhi Balika Vidyalaya, Sarva Shiksha Abhijan. These types of what schemes are also regulated or executed by the government. Okay, to what? To provide better education facility among the people. Got it? Beside what the government presence in every sectors of what Indian economy. Okay, there are some you can say obstacles, challenges ahead. Okay, challenges you can say in front of the government, in front of the nation, and that are what the population. Okay, after that, by the population, the unemployment is also increased day by day. Okay, so these are the you can say illiteracy. Okay, so these are the what some problems, some what challenges faced by government. Okay, in every you can say in every time, that in spite of lot of progress being made, India still faces a lot of challenges there is a lot of rural distress because of low income of the farmer. As a result, people are migrating to cities for work purpose, okay, which do not have infrastructure to accommodate so many people. There is a necessary growth of population with India likely to exceed China as the most populous country by 2027. Okay, through a survey, India like to exceed China by 2070. Okay, India will be the highest populated country in the world. So you can guess that the population explosion or means in which condition, through which way the population growing on rapidly in India. Okay, so you can say this is the major problem or challenge for the government, for the country. Got it? Then what the first lack of the work in rural areas. Okay, people migrated to urban areas or town or cities, okay, for their work purposes, but the accommodation or housing is one of the problem in urban and town areas, and it is also added for the government to provide accommodation facilities to the migrated people. Okay, the government has to work on developing proper infrastructure and civic amenities. There are not enough good quality educational institutions, particularly for higher education, as the result of which a large number of youth who can afford go to other countries. All these need to be fixed. In that case only we can become a truly developed nation. Okay, you can say by the efforts of the government in health sector and education sector, despite all of that, okay, there are some challenges in front of our nation, in front of the government. Okay, yes, you can say that the government is always give its efforts toward the development of education, but in case the government fail, okay, to develop the education facilities in India. That's why many young masses, they are travel to different countries, okay, because in India the education facilities you can say nowadays in modern period also the education facility it not so much good. Okay, so you can say yes, the government always shows its economic presence in every sector, in every field of you can say economy, because these fields are, you can say, play an important role to growing the economic condition of India. Beside this, so major problems are always faced by Indian government, always faced by the always faced by our country, and that are population explosion, okay, then unemployment, okay, then poor health, and you can say education facilities. Okay, so these are the major challenges for us, and we have to, you can say, or the government have to provided better facilities in this field, okay, to prevent or to defeat this type of problem. So this is all about this chapter, economic presence of the government. Okay, so in our daily life, in our every work, there is the economic presence of the government. You can say we are connected to the government in an indirect manner, or you can say indirect manner, and government plays an important role. Okay, why? Because government make many policies, okay, for the development of economic sector of India. So you can say yes, what there is an economic presence of the government in our life in every important sectors of Indian economy. Okay, thank you. Have a nice